Okay, so now that we're in our project, we're going to talk about assets. Assets are things that you add to your project that make your life easier. So when you're looking at yours, if you don't touch your layout, yours will look like this. This is the default layout. And yours is going to look a little bit different from mine because I have already added assets to my project. So like this right here won't be here for you, but it's in my project, so it's already there. So once you've added assets, they're available in all of your projects, meaning if I start a new project and I already added, if I have downloaded assets into my Unity Hub, they're going to be there. I can use them for other games. But for this particular project, as of right now, we're going to be downloading 4 assets. And to do that, you would think you would go to assets, but you don't. I suppose if you wanted to, you could go here, but if it's not already in your computer, like if it's not already, in your folders, you're not going to find it. So for us, we're going to go to the asset store, and you would find that by going to Window and go down to Asset Store. But before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and change mine back to 2x3 because it just is easier for me to work that way. I like to have 2 views. And then I'm going to go into here and we're going to download 4. And I will put those 4 in the description of the YouTube video. You're going to scroll down to where it says Open Package Manager. And when you click on it, it will take you to yours. And yours will probably look something like this. And I've added some because I went through and found some free ones. And I chose 4 for this particular project to get started. So the first thing that we're trying to do here is create a world, and a world for our students to be able to interact in to achieve the objective that we want them to achieve. Now mine is on plant cells. So when we think of plant cells, we're thinking of the color green because cell walls, plants are green, that kind of thing. So, leaves on trees. So I needed something that would allow me to represent the cell walls as green, and then we're going to add objects into it. But first, we're going to download these 4 assets. The first one will be ProBuilder. So you're going to scroll down until you find ProBuilder. And when you click on it, if you haven't already installed it, obviously it'll say install. So if I click on it, it will install it for me. And as it's downloading, I'll tell you about the other 4. The next one's going to be the Low Poly Nature Pack. And if you cannot see that here, I will show you where to find it, but I don't want to get off of this until this is installed. So there it is. So ProBuilder is going to make it easy for us to add 3D objects into our game. And I know it's like this, it all looks like something that doesn't make any sense. And that's the way I felt when I first started doing this. But then as you get into it, it does become easier and you start realizing, okay, well, if I want, to do something specific in my scene, I need to figure out, if somebody else has already, created these things for me so that I'm not, reinventing the wheel for no reason. So it has downloaded um, ProBuilder as an asset. Now, the other one that we're going to be downloading is Fantasy Skybox Free. And I've already downloaded it, which is why you can see it. And there it is. If you type in the search bar, it'll come up. And it'll ask you if you want to, install it. I don't, you know, I'm going to click re-download to show you that I'm adding it to the project. But normally it would just say install if you'd never worked with it before. So we are re-downloading it. And the reason it popped up in my assets is because I have used it on another project. So we've got it downloaded. I'll explain what this does in a different video, but we just need to have it for now. So then I am going to exit out of that. The next one is going to be this low poly environment, and it needs to be updated. So I'm going to go ahead and update it. And then my absolute favorite is the modular first person controller. So we are going to re-download it just in case. Okay, so we have the modular first person controller, and this makes it so easy. So this is a script that was already written. And because it was already written, we don't have to write it. It's there for us. Unity provides it. So that's what we're going to use. Now I'm going to exit out because I already have all 4 that I want. I did add these 2 other ones because I was just playing around and trying to figure out, what they did. Now, if you do click on the terrain sample asset pack, if you go online to the Unity asset store, it will show you what this provides for you, and it will show you what this one does. This one obviously provides low polydecorative plants that you can add to your environment. But like I said, these things are available for free, and utilize them to make your life easier. So here we are. Now, I've got my assets. And now I am going to go ahead and set everything to first person control. And I'm going to do that by trying to get all this set up, scene. First, let's add some terrain. I'm just going to put terrain. And then it brings it right here to my sample scene. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the main camera. I am going to delete it. It says display 1, no cameras rendering. That's completely fine because I'm going to be using first person control for this. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video.